Hello, everybody out there in old internet land, and those who know me as Uncle Dave. It's Uncle Dave. Well, Uncle Dave has some sort of unfortunate news. First of all, let's give a shout out to all you moms out there for Mother's Day, where there's still a few minutes left of it. I think, 20 minutes left on this seaboard, but 3 hours and 20 minutes on the western seaboard. But hope you had a great day. Hope you had fun. Hope you were around your children, your loved ones, everything, and it was great. Sadly, we had to celebrate my mom's posthumously, of course, because she did pass away back in the end of September. But we miss her, we love her, and we wish her a happy and healthy and wonderful Mother's Day, even though that's sadly not in the cards. But anyway, love you, Mom. Going on to the topic of discussion here, and this is not really much of a review as much as it's just telling you what's going on. For some reason, either the algorithms on Facebook are so messed up, or it's just, I'm not doing copyrighted stuff, but it's failing to download all these videos. Hopefully this one will be on, and I'll be able to do it. But at any rate, we're going to do it all on the YouTube channel from now on. I may post an occasional video, like a quick thing, like this is going to kind of be. So you can go to my channel. It's Uncle Dave, Uncle, then /Dave. Or if you want to look it up and you don't find it there, because there's a lot of Uncle Daves apparently, just go to major horror franchises from 1960 to present day. And that'll take you right into my channel. So I hope you like that one. That one I worked on very, very hard. And it's, I kind of ran out of time at the end, so I'll cover what I didn't cover, and each individual series I'll cover at one point, rather than the whole 12 series. It's supposed to be 7, but it's actually, I think, 12. Anyway, and I missed a few. I missed Phantasm, I missed Scream, I missed, there's a couple ones that I missed that I just didn't need to put on there, honestly. So, without further delay, we're going to say Bye Bye Man from Bye Bye Love and the Bye Bye Man. Just a quick synopsis. The Bye Bye Man was a movie that came out in 2017, directed by the late Stacy Title. You may remember her obscure, independent, but awesome movie from 1996, The Last Supper. Her husband, John Penner, was all in that movie as well as in this movie, and co-wrote and co-produced this movie with Stacy Title. The Bye Bye Man is a story about 3 college kids that move into a house that was pretty run down and old, and they got a good deal on it, and they find some coins, and they find some scratched writing on the bottom of a drawer saying, don't say it, don't think it, don't speak it, don't think it, don't say it, don't hear it, don't think it. So, and it says, of course, which it shouldn't have, the Bye Bye Man. The Bye Bye Man is an albino from Louisiana who used to mutilate bodies and kill people. It's not really the most redeeming character in the world. It's kind of like the Leatherface of the movie. But at any rate, the movie opens with Leigh Whannell, the guy who did Upgrade and The Invisible Man, who worked with James Wan on all the Saw movies and everything, just randomly going into a person's house and shooting him with a shotgun. We don't know what's going on. It's a good opening. The biggest problem with this movie that I have, all honesty, is that it was originally R-rated, which I have the unrated/R-rated version, but then it was watered down at the end a little bit to get a PG-13, and the advertisements were cool. They just kept showing, the Bye Bye Man, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, and just a couple scenes. Other than that, I actually enjoyed the movie. Well, the bad CGI maggots, I didn't really like that, but at any rate, we can't all be David Lynch from Inland Empire. So, some people get that reference. But at any rate, yeah, so that's back in the 60s, and then this is present day. And they see the thing, they hold a seance with this goth girl, seance girl, and it kind of works, and then all these weird things happening. They start seeing things that aren't there. He sees, like, his best friend, the main guy who played, I forget what it's, not Jake, but on Big Love, he played the son, the oldest son. Ben, that was what it was. And he is not really as good in this movie as he was in Big Love. Most of the acting is pretty bad in this movie, and it takes away from it. You also have Carrie Ann Moss in the small role as a cop. A young model girl, I forget what her name is, who plays his girlfriend, and handsome, beefy black guy and everything that plays the roommate. And he sees them making out and then feeling her up, and he walks in on that, and it's like, and then he goes to grab him, and then you see that nothing happened. And it's like that. It's all that mess with your mind stuff. They did that scene in Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows, where they're on the table and doing, what, and then she scratches him his chest open, and then a chest burster doesn't come out of it, and it's not Alien. And then it pans back to them sitting across the table like nothing ever happened. Weird. Spooky. So this is a spooky movie, and he tries to find out about the Bye-Bye Man, and then people start dying around him, and then people try to kill him, and it's just really messed up. But the movie basically ends in a very shocking and very brutal way of the characters pretty much almost killing themselves and him killing them. And he sealed the curse forever, but we left open for kind of a sequel or a cliffhanger at the end. The Bye-Bye Man, in all, it's some good visuals, save for there's a train constantly coming. There's a scene where they did a Kevin Williamson from The Following, or a thing from Scream 3 with the coat and everything that just comes to life and runs after him. That was really scary, I gotta admit. Creaky noises, some scary. It's more of a scary atmosphere, the house is, than it's a lot of laden jump scare, laden, things. But in all honesty, it kind of works. There are some issues. The characters are not overly interesting, but they're not completely one-dimensional. You don't care as much about anybody except for the main character, Elliot. And his brother and his niece are there to try and help, and everything just unravels. It's that whole, opening Pandora's box, the whole Hellraiser kind of thing, and what was going to come out of it. So had he just seen the Bye-Bye Man thing and not mentioned it to anybody or whatever, they probably would have still been fine, but then we wouldn't have had a pretty cool movie. So, all in all, the Bye-Bye Man, I'll give a B- to. There's too many things that don't work in the movie. The writing isn't bad, the acting is poor. The direction's decent. The CGI is terrible in some scenes and looks okay in other scenes. And it's an interesting backstory on the Bye-Bye Man that we find out a little bit that probably would have been explored more if the movie had a prequel after or another sequel. We get some origin views, but we're not bogged down with origin and all this stuff like we were in Underworld, for example, not knowing that they would get like 27 sequels for that movie. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that the Bye-Bye Man had some okay music. Wasn't amazing, but, it's not a movie that you're going to go, woo, wow. It's not a Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street kind of movie. It's not. So, yeah. Halloween 2, it ain't. Hills Have Eyes remake, it ain't, but it's a damn good, solid thriller horror film that, at least, despite its watered-down ratings and the massive amounts of cuts that they had, which would have made the movie better, it panders to the PG-13 audience, but still having the option, thankfully, for DVD and Blu-ray technology to have the R-rated or /unrated version on. I think that's why directors acquiesced, because the studio probably won't release it, but as long as they'll release a director's cut or an unrated cut or an extended cut, they're aces. It's golden. So anyway, I did have a great Mother's Day. I went to see my uncle and his girlfriend. We went to 2J's. I got a big omelet and bagels and fries, all this stuff and everything that's bad for you. But I was so hungry and I wanted to try their omelet. So anyway, it was really nice. And just want to say, stay frosty, everyone. Keep on trucking, and see you on YouTube.